and welcome back to Youth Wednesdays on the Tobago Updates Morning Show. You're viewing us here live in Port Mount, Scarborough, Tobago, and yes, I'm back. It's been a while. I miss you guys very much, and for those of you who don't miss me, I still miss you. Right? I'm back. We are smack center in the middle of the week. Yes, it's Wednesdays. It's Youth Wednesdays, so we are here to bring you the youthful vibe, the youthful vigor, and to discuss all matters relative to Tobago and the development of the country. Guys, I'm also joined with this morning.
Good morning, Tobago. I am Renessa Ortiz, and it's good to have you back in studio with us.
Pleasure is all mine to be sitting right next to you, Miss Ortiz. And we are joined with also.
Good morning, Dwayne. Good morning, Renessa. I'm happy to be here with you all this morning. To our varying viewers on our platforms, Facebook, YouTube, and 102 on AMPLIA, special good morning to you.
All right, you look really good in your green. I love that green. I thought about wearing green this morning.
And what happened?
But I had to iron it. Right? And I did not have that luxury this morning. Right, Miss Ortiz, you do look good in your is it cream white, textured long sleeve top and your nice beige. Ooh.
Similar to the t-shirt that you have on under your
Oh
blazer.
yes. Nice.
When you do look handsome, let's put that in there, because Renessa, we will hear it after this.
You guys are beautiful as always. Renessa with the smile and Miss Nancy's with the charm. So guys, we want to go straight over to news in 90 seconds with Miss Natalia Nancy's.
Thank you, Dwayne. Here is your news in 90 seconds for Wednesday, August 13th, 2025. Tobago Agribusiness Development Company, TADO, wishes to address recent developments surrounding an industrial court ruling involving 9 workers whose contract had naturally ended. While the workers sought a large compensation, the court awarded between $17,000 and $52,000 per person. 2 claimants, both rehired immediately, one over 60 and ineligible for long-term employment, also sought damages, but their cases were dismissed. TADCO says they respect the court's decision and will comply fully, reaffirming its commitment to fair industrial relations, employee well-being, despite attempts by some to exploit the system. A new wave of opportunity is unfolding for Tobago's youth as over 100 participants embark on TSTT's Future Leadership Internship Program, or FLIP. On August 11th, during a joint orientation with Trinidad, TSTT's Tobago Operations Manager Onika Blackman highlighted the competitive selection process. From 17,472 expressions of interest, only 600 were chosen, including 100 from Tobago. The 3-week program targets unemployed and non-enrolled youths aged 17 to 21, offering training in technical, sales, customer service, support services, and quality assurance. Participants will gain digital, professional, and workplace skills through interactive sessions, site visits, and expert talks, ending August 30th. In a bizarre repeat of last year's crime, a Charlotteville man has once again smashed the front doors of the Charlotteville police station with a gas tank. Police reported that 43-year-old Jamil Thomas, who was in court earlier yesterday for the first incident on October 13, 2024, returned to Charlotteville after the hearing and attacked the freshly repaired doors, causing $4,072.50 in damage. The earlier case stemmed from a dispute while making a report. Officers suspect today's act may have been unprovoked or linked to mental health issues. Thomas was arrested immediately. Investigations continue. And that was your news in 90 seconds.
Thank you, Miss Nancy's, for news in 90 seconds. It's always a pleasure with you giving us the news as per usual. Guys, what has been happening in this space in my absence? It's always good to be back, but just keep me abreast, right? About what has been happening, which might be most notable to you, no matter how small it is.
Well, last weekend we had the Duds World Championship. We had the diving in Charlotteville.
So you went and dived?
No, I didn't get to go. I wanted to, but things didn't work out that way. But I got to see a few snippets online, the photos that were taken, the videos, and just the energy of Charlotteville coming together with the locals. I was listening to the radio, I think it was yesterday, where they were discussing the logistics behind how everything went about, and a lot of people don't understand the work that goes into bringing these events to our island for it to roll out in the way that it does. And each year would be an opportunity for us to get better and better. So we're seeing on the shot here, all the excitement, you're seeing the amount of people that were there. It was really an exciting time and giving Tobago that international platform. So I was really happy about that.
Which is fun.
You know, I know him and I've seen him around the village. He's a very exciting man, especially when it comes to marine things. Yeah. So I'm not surprised to see him actually on that platform doing that dive.
But guys, have you paid particular attention to the commentary, you know, against us hosting this thing? And, you know, I find it quite sad. You know, as if Tobago, when we host big things, we don't know what we're doing. We're doing stupidness. We're less than.
It's always a competition when it shouldn't be. It's Trinidad and Tobago.
Come on.
There should be development on both islands. It shouldn't matter if Tobago has it first or whatever the case might be. It's about development. Correct. Tobago is the more tourism center of both islands. And if we are getting the opportunity to bring guests here internationally and having international platforms here, that is a win for both Trinidad and Tobago.
Of course it is. You know, if Dwayne didn't bring it up at some point, I would have. I didn't want to be the negative person in all of it because DOD was a really good thing. It was a really good event, really good turnout. The villagers, the vendors, everybody, they all
came together.
Yeah, they came together, and you know,
community cohesion.
Correct.
It reignited the Tobago-centric spirit, you know, of unity and love and togetherness. I from where I sat, wherever I was in the world, I was really pleased to see this happen. Right?
Wherever you were in the world,
you know, but. In some more serious and sad news.
Before you go there, Dwayne, please, before you go there, just want to put something to rest. The waters around that jetty are very deep. Yes. There was a specific comment saying that body parts given away in a certain part of Trinidad because clearly somebody probably thinking that, they're jumping into sand. The waters are extremely deep around Charlotteville's jetty. Just want to put that to rest.
Yes, and for those who don't know, Charlotteville is one of our natural deep water harbors, right? Hence the reason why cruise ship docks at from time to time at Charlotteville. Yes. For those who do not know, right? So just to put that to rest, thank you, Miss Nancy, for raising that. But guys, did you see what has been happening in the Southwest Regional Health Authority with that young boy, Joshua and Francois, who died and succumbed to his. Who died, and the family is quite messed up about it, and I find it quite concerning.
Sad. Yes.
Right. If I was able to listen at length the family's account of what happened, and if what happened is true, then we have a lot of work to do. Right, and it seems that this is going to be bigger than people are making it out to be, because if what they're saying is true, because one of the claims that they made is that they were denied an independent autopsy, right? And if that is true, then it creates an impression, and I don't need to say what the impression is. And two, the way that if the account is true, the way that things were handled calls into question our readiness to deal with healthcare in the country, not just in Tobago, but in Trinidad and Tobago, right? I do hope the family do get redress for their for this situation and comfort over time. I know it's definitely not easy. I was kind of taken aback how calm the father was, though, and I kind of concerned for him. Right, we men tend to bottle up a lot of things, but I'm quite concerned for him. But my prayers and my condolences goes out to the family, and from here from us at Youth Wednesdays as well. I don't know what your thoughts are, guys.
I'm just saddened by the whole ordeal, and based on the things that I would have read, it just goes to show that a lot of times you go into the healthcare system for help, where you're expecting to get much out of it because it's your taxpayers going towards this, and you go there, sometimes it's long delays. Now I understand that sometimes our healthcare professionals are under great stress, but at the end of the day they still have a responsibility to the people that come in, their patients that are there, and to be very mindful of the practices, especially when it comes to dealing with serious matters or things that are underlying that would also come about in some of these cases. So it has been really sad.
Yes, I have to share the same sentiments with Renessa. The events surrounding the whole ordeal, where blame is being casted on certain things, it's not something nice to go through in addition to what has already transpired, and that is the death of their young son. So, Dwayne, as you said, we look forward to seeing the improvements in the healthcare system, though they may be under strain, that is health workers especially. There's some sort of work that has to be done in order to combat some of these issues that we are having. Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you for that. We fortunately want to take it over to a more lighter note. We have a birthday celebrants this morning. Thank you guys for sharing your commentary on the issue. We have but 2 birthdays this morning. I'll leave it up to my 2 beautiful hosts to share who those birthday celebrants are.
First up, Dwayne, give us a drum roll. Seeing that you handed it over to both of us. First up, we have, thank you for that drum roll, Dwayne. We have Mr. Peter Leslie, more affectionately called Glenn. From the Love and Togetherness crew, they send you happy birthday greetings. Cheers to the life we live and the life we share. A happy birthday, the love we share. Happy birthday, Glenn. That comes from your team and, of course, from the Tobago Updates family. A happy birthday to you.
And we have Tracy Stewart, the beautiful Tracy Stewart. Happy birthday to you. We hope you have a great day today from us here at the Tobago Updates family. And it's a bright and prosperous day for you and year ahead.
All right. And for those of you who did not make it on our birthday list this morning, we still want to wish you a happy birthday. And I hope that you enjoy it and you give God thanks and praise for seeing another year. All right. We want to take it straight over to our rundown this morning. And we have, per usual, a very interesting rundown for you. First, we'll be discussing with Miss Maya, the path, to discuss the Mastana Bahar finalist. All right. I hope we'll hear more about that when they do come. Yes. And we have building bridges through music, and we will be discussing that with Black Messiah, wow, and Daniel Bless, right? 2 very interesting names. Who would 2 very interesting interviewees. And who do we have last but certainly not least?
We have Claudette Baker, student canvassers Curdell Benjamin and Amelis, and they are here to talk about Youth Scholarship Canvassing Program. All right. So guys, this brings us to the end of our rundown this morning. This is what we have in store for you. But before we go on our break, we had to tell them to do what?
Share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
This August, you have no excuse. A night of passion, power, and purpose.
The rhythmic vibrations and
when the game is on, you don't want to miss the best moments. With AMPLIA TV, you can enjoy our ultimate sports package and watch your favorite games on the go. Stay connected and informed with sports news, scores, and stats with AMPLIA's fastest internet speeds. Up to 1 GB fiber internet, you can stream riveting football action, cricket, NBA games, and much more. With AMPLIA, it's game on. Visit amplia.co.tt or call 800-4663. AMPLIA. Do more, live more.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash in transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Courts is well known as the Caribbean's largest retailer, providing consumers for generations with the very best products to enhance their homes. This year, we bring our expertise to businesses. Courts Business Solutions will serve small, medium, and large companies with the very best products at the most competitive prices, backed by warranties and after-sales support. Hoteliers, office managers, restaurants, and so many more. Courts Business Solutions, a brand of the Unicomer Group.
Are you in a dispute with a registered investment service provider of the TTSEC? Or maybe you're the victim of an investment scam? You can lodge a complaint or submit an anonymous tip to the Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission. Download our Investor Protection app or go to ttsec.org.tt to access our complaint form or submit an anonymous tip. Write a clear summary of your complaint. Submit copies of supporting documents along with the originals for verification. Provide a copy of the feedback received from the entity regarding your complaint. All investor complaints or scam reports submitted by the public are acknowledged and reviewed by the TTSEC. Investigations are pursued based on the outcome of the review. Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission, protecting the interests of investors and the public. You invest, we protect. Everyone benefits.
Hello, New York! Are you ready to celebrate the essence of Crusoe Land and the culture of Tobago? Well, get ready for Tobago Day in New York City, hosted by the Tobago Empowerment and Alliance Mission, Sunday, August 17, 2025, Nazareth High School Courtyard, 475 East 57th Street, Brooklyn, New York, 12 noon to 8 p.m. We bring the Tobago vibes to the Big Apple. Live music, Tobago food, cultural performances, and family fun. So bring Tanty, Granny, the uncle, invite the whole neighborhood. Just bring everybody and bring your significant other too. Come celebrate Tobago Day in New York City, Sunday, August 17th, Nazareth High School Courtyard. Oh, hey, I forget to tell all you, it's we 10th anniversary celebration. For more information, call 929-327-7857 or check Team's Facebook and Instagram pages, Team Tobago Day.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning and welcome back to Youth Wednesdays on Tobago Updates. This morning we start off with beautiful ladies this morning. They're here to speak to us on the Mastana Bahar competition that is ongoing in the Hindu society. I know much of us may not know too much about it, but they're here to tell us a little bit about it. And of course, we are here to meet the only Tobago finalist, Mia Bipath, this morning. All right, so let me just introduce you to Miss Pulwati Bipath and Mia Bipath. They're both here to tell us about the Mastana Bahar competition ongoing. So good morning, Miss Bipath.
Sitaram, and a pleasant good morning to Trinidad and Tobago.
Mia, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right. So could you tell us a little bit about the Mastana Bahar competition?
The Mastana Bahar competition is a competition held every year for children, right? And this encourages the children to showcase their talent. Mm-hmm. My sister, Acharya Rukmini Hola Bipath, is the one that trained Mia. Mm-hmm. Now, Mia usually take part in different competitions as the year go along from an early age. And when she found out that this competition was taking place, she had found out all the venues and what was happening. So she said to me that they wanted Mia to come for audition. So Mia and I went down to Pinal at Rampasad Brothers Ranch for the auditions of the children of Mastana. So we waited until they selected the children, and Mia was selected to be in the grand finals, which is taking place tomorrow at the Rampasad Brothers Ranch at 6 p.m. And I'm very proud to know that we have a finalist from Tobago.
Right. So Ms. Bipath told us a little bit about the Mastana Bahar finalist competition that is currently ongoing in the Hindu community. But I'm going to just interject here that Mia told me she calls her grandma. So I will be calling Ms. Bipath grandma this morning. So grandma just told us about the Mastana Bahar. But Mia, of course, is the one that is competing, and she is in the finals. She's, as grandma said, she is very proud of Mia. And I think us as Tobagonians could be very proud as well of Mia, because she is the only Tobagonian, I have to stress on that is in the finals for this competition. So Mia, what was the preparation like getting ready for the competition?
So I had to sing, like practice a song. So, I had to practice a song. And I really wanted to take part, to show my talent, show my love and support to Trinidad and Tobago. And I was very happy.
So what about your song selections? Where did they come from?
They come from my auntie Rukmani. She chose the song for me to sing.
You think you could sing one of them this morning for us?
Sure, no problem.
So which one you want to sing?
Well, I have a classical song, and it's what I'm singing for Mastana Bahar tomorrow, and it's called Are Mana Tirachi.
Are Mana
Are Mana Tirachi.
Are Mana Tirachi.
Are Mana Tirachi.
Tirachi. All right. Could you tell us what that means?
I would have to.
Miss Bipath will Grandma will tell us what that means.
Well, the song really states, "Oh Lord, you are so handsome with such leadership and qualities. The sound of your magical flute keeps me spellbound." There are different verses in the song, so they translate while you sing.
All right, and Mia will be singing this, of course, in Hindu.
Mia is going to give you a verse in the song.
All right, so Mia, are you ready to give us the verse?
Of course.
Go ahead. Start.
Are mana tirachi, are mana tirachi. Are mana tirachi, are mana tirachi. Najariya lo bhai ho jai manna tirachi. Are manna tirachi. Are mana tirachi, are mana tirachi. Are mana tirachi, are mana tirachi. Najariya lo bhai ho jai manna tirachi. Are manna tirachi. Are manna tirachi. ऐसा रंगील से नई ना रही है, ऐसा रंगील से नई ना रही है। मोहे अपने मोहे अपने मोहे अपने रंग में रजाई हो जाई मन्ना चीराची। अरे मन्ना चीराची, अरे मन्ना चीराची, अरे मन्ना चीराची। Are mana tirachi, are mana tirachi. Najariya lo bhai ho jai manna tirachi. Are manna tirachi, are manna tirachi.
All right, Mia, I just want to say before you go into this competition, because with that beautiful voice, I believe that you will win, that when you get famous, you have to remember me. Okay?
Okay.
Right, Grandma?
Thank
Mia
you.
has to remember me,
Thank
because
you
I
for
heard
having
that
us.
song first on Tobago Updates. I'm putting it out there. All right? So good luck to Mia in the competition. Grandma, do you have any advice to the rest of competitors as the president of the Hindu Society in Tobago?
Oh, well, it is a very tough competition for Mia.
Yes.
Because being Mia alone here in Tobago and the others are being trained in Trinidad, we hope Mia will do well.
Right.
And we know Mia will do very well.
Yes, I have to join you on that last statement that you said. Mia is going to do very well.
Yes.
Your voice is beautiful, Mia, and I hope that you continue using it, using your talent so that you won't lose it.
And I want to thank all the sponsors that have been supporting Mia.
Of course.
And all who have been guiding her along the way. Special thanks to Pandit Bishram and my sister, Acharya Rukmini, for allowing Mia to reach where she is today, and with the family, the parents of Mia, Bisham and Melissa Bipat, I want to thank them. Together, you know, my daughter Sita, she's a dancer.
Right.
My nephew Govinda, he's a singer. So the family is expanding,
All right.
which I am proud of.
So, you know, the rest of Tobago will now want to, you know, support Mia in her competition. So where can we look at the competition and what time does it start?
It will show on Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, Saturday on TTT channel, but
Right.
we have to get more information when we go tomorrow at the finals.
Okay. Of course, we'll be looking out for that information from
Yes,
you all.
so thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for being with us, Grandma. But let me formally say that Miss Grandma here, Miss Pulwati B. Path, is the president of the Tobago Hindu Society right here in Tobago. All right. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for the advice that you had for the rest of the competitors. Mia, thank you so much for telling us about your journey into the competition and how it is going. And of course, let's not forget that she gave us that wonderful special there in our small snippet, and we can hear more of Mia's voice for the competition on TTT on Saturday.
She is a standard for student of Scarborough RC.
I'm a standard for student of Scrabble RC School.
All right, so we want to big up Scarborough RC as well because Mia attends there, and I'm sure some of your classmates are watching. I know it's the summer holidays, but some of your classmates are watching on and they're very proud of you.
Also
and I
the
am
teachers,
too.
yeah.
Also my teachers.
Yes, your teachers are also very proud of you. All right, so thank you so much, Miss Pulwati. Miss Mia, thank you so much for being with us on Youth Wednesdays on Tobago Updates. Before we go, I just want to encourage our viewers to share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
Want to get better? Where to start? What kind of exercise to do? What to eat? How to get restful sleep? Need a doctor to search for root cause? Look no further. Come to Majuba Hill Lifestyle Center Foundation at our Wellness Center in Goodwood, or Food Hub in Darrell Springs, Scarborough, or Doctor's Office in Goodwood and Darrell Springs. Contact 49SWIFT 4979438.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joy, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules, or if you are having a cooking day off.
Skibidi bang bang, yours truly Juby representing for Neon, a tribal affair by Highlighter Entertainment. We are here.
Tobago, are you ready? Highlighter Entertainments. Neon, a tribal affair. Costume sales are live. Register now at highlighterentertainment.com. This is Carnival meets culture. Rhythm meets rebellion. Neon is calling. And your moment is now. Light up the night.
I jamming on the pavement with Neon.
God, please pray for the animals.
She was very skinny, probably the skinniest dog we've ever met. We were quite worried about her. She looked really weak. She didn't look very well at all.
I know be a good while now. And since I know it, from last year, September, the ear was damaged. So we saying better we destroy the dog. And then the next day now, I see all around saying that this dog could get surgery and things. So I said, well, okay, I go and be interested in holding the dog for and things.
It says cake sale $10 a slice in aid of animals. Be kind to animals. Show them love and show them kindness and show them love.
When you go to pray, I sometimes wonder what may they say to him, because you can't just be going and ask for forgiveness every time you ill-treat an animal and then you do the same again. It certainly comes to me like he will never forgive you.
Animals. I like animals. Do you like animals? Animals, 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 animals. Cats and dogs, we love them all. Cats and dogs, we love them all. Animals, 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 animals. Stray cats and kittens. Stray dogs and puppies. We just need to show them some love. Stray cats and kittens. Stray dogs and puppies, we just need to show them some love.
Welcome back to Tobago Updates Youth Morning Show. In studio we have with us filmmaker Elspeth Duncan and one of our talent based on the documentary that we just saw, the trailer for the documentary that we just saw. Zakai Williams is here with us in studio, a film that is based in Charlotteville, speaking about the importance of protecting our animal life, more particularly in this film, our dogs. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming here this morning. So tell us, what first inspired you to start this film?
In, I think it was November last year, I was invited by Dr. Anika Gordon-Dillon, who's Zakai's mother, to have a table at their primary school's career fair in Charlotteville. And I had a media and arts table, and I carried a small camera to use with the children, and we worked on animal welfare because I have an animal rescue organization. And when I saw how good the children were in speaking about animals and also just general interaction on the issue, I thought this could make a good film. And Charlotteville is such a beautiful place. The children, I'm very impressed by the children of that school, the Charlotteville Primary School, so well behaved, so intelligent. So it's a very humble place. And I just thought the animals, because there's so many animals as well, the animals, the children, the village, they all need to be featured. It would make a beautiful film documentary.
That's really awesome to hear that sometimes you just go into a space and you're inspired by what you see, you're inspired by the people there, and ideas just flow and come together to make one cohesive outlook.
Exactly.
And I want to know what was the process like choosing and selecting the children for this film? Because Zakai, he's one of the main features in the film. How did you go about choosing him for this particular film?
Well, at the career fair, 2 children stood out to me. I mean, they were all impressive, but 2 stood out. One was Keisha, who happens to be Dr. Dillon's daughter, and this other girl called Emily, who I didn't know was her cousin. The 2 of them, and then when I thought about using them, and then I thought, okay, Zakai, who's Keisha's brother. And because he's only 6, I like the idea of, you know, they say from the mouth of babes.
Yes.
So the truth that comes from the mouths of children about animals. And even I was like a fly on the wall with the camera. Nothing really was planned. I just knew it's going to happen in Charlotteville. It's going to happen with these 3 children. All of the animals involved came to us organically. Nothing was chosen and nothing was planned. It unfolded naturally and perfectly.
So Zakai, this question is for you. How did you feel about being filmed by Elsewhere? What was your favorite part of being in this film?
About loving the dogs.
About loving the dogs? What else stood out to you during that entire film? Was it walking on the beach? Was it being with your sister and your cousin? What was that like?
Fun.
It was fun? Well, I know you are happy to see yourself on screen and being a part of the documentary, seeing all your hard work pay off, and I'm happy that your mom also gave you that permission to be a part of something as crucial as this and being able to help animals and being a part of animal welfare. Now, I'm going back to you, Elspeth. If CarryFesta were to showcase Charlotteville Tales, how do you think it would amplify the message that you are trying to broadcast?
If CarryFesta?
Yes. Now, I know you mentioned earlier that the Caribbean
Film Festival
already mentioned your film
already
to be
showed it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what would it be like to go from that level to CarryFesta?
Well, I mean, CarryFesta is, when we look at the region, you know, Tobago is a part of the region, and what happens here is a small part of that big, everything is reflected. I think all of the islands have similar animal welfare issues, and we can all approach it in a cohesive and unified way. And I think Tobago can be, you know, they always say we want to be the best island on the planet. And in order to be that, we have to take care of our animal welfare. And I think Tobago can be the animal welfare capital of the Caribbean. I really think we can, because we just have to put certain things in place and work towards it. Having worked with the children and having worked with some of the people in Charlotteville with the animals, I would say people are receptive. There just needs to be a bit of education and also involvement. When you become involved and you see this dog or cat or whatever it is looking like this, or maybe it has a certain injury, a lot of people think, well, I don't have the money to deal with that. But there are ways to do that. You know, there are ways to even see it in the film, the things that the children do, because they know we have to have money to help these animals. And I think people can be inspired through involvement.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And it's amazing what you said in terms of involvement and education. It starts with involving the youth. If we start with them, it's easier for it to transcend during generations and they would pass it on to their children. We just want to thank you so much for coming on this morning to share your film. I wish you great success.
Can I say one more thing?
Sure.
Though? The actual film is screening at Movie Town on the 24th of August, which is Sunday. And tickets are available at Sure Things Cafe, Eric in Charlotteville, Tobago Animal Hospital, and Zero Home at Movie Town. And I really would like the people of Tobago to come and see the film.
Thank you so much for sharing that information. So Tobago, we are looking forward to you purchasing your tickets and viewing this documentary at Movie Town. Thank you so much, Zakai and Elspeth, for coming. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
And don't forget to share the live, share the live, share the live.
Skibidoo bang bang. Yours truly be representing for Neon, a tribal affair by Highlighter Entertainment. We are here.
Tobago, are you ready? Highlighter Entertainment's Neon, a tribal affair. Costume sales are live. Register now at highlighterentertainment.com. This is Carnival meets culture. Rhythm meets rebellion. Neon is calling. And your moment is now. Light up the night.
I jamming on the pavement with Neon.
Hello, New York. Are you ready to celebrate the essence of Crusoe land and the culture of Tobago? Well, get ready for Tobago Day in New York City, hosted by the Tobago Empowerment and Alliance Mission, Sunday, August 17, 2025, Nazareth High School Courtyard, 475 East 57th Street, Brooklyn, New York, 12 noon to 8 p.m. We bring the Tobago vibes to the Big Apple. Live music, Tobago food, cultural performances, and family fun. So bring Tanty, Granny, the uncle, invite the whole neighborhood. Just bring everybody and bring your significant other too. Come celebrate Tobago Day in New York City, Sunday, August 17th, Nazareth High School Courtyard. But hey, I forget to tell all you, it's with 10th anniversary celebration. For more information, call 929-327-7857 or check Team's Facebook and Instagram pages, Team Tobago Day.
TNTech is pleased to advise that its Roxborough Service Center has reopened. Starting Monday, 10th March, customers can once more visit the Roxborough Administrative Building to pay TNTech bills, request new connections, and more. TNTech, powering the nation into the next generation.
Hair goals, we've got them. At S&R Hair Fantasy, we provide a wide variety of quality hair, the latest hair accessories, adult toys, skin lightening products, female underwear, and much more under one roof. Check us out on Shelbourne Street in Plymouth or call us at 317-0808. We're open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. S&R Hair Fantasy for queens who know exactly what they want.
Welcome to Tobago Glass Supplies, where innovation meets excellence and service reigns supreme.
Well, I want a proper window for me house, yeah? I want no shake thing in my place.
Our commitment is simple: to provide high-quality, innovative aluminum, vinyl, and glass solutions for both commercial and residential spaces.
We get one wall on the side and we get one hole. you can put a window there, invent something, a window for put there.
At TGSL, we don't just meet needs, we exceed expectations. Our range includes the
Inspiration for the youth. We do give thanks for the moment. Yes, salutations, warm greetings in and out.
Ghana, Trinidad,
Red. What that?
Red up, take it to them.
Rock-a-ding.
Inspiration for the youth. We never lose the truth. Could I less education with tribe and
Welcome back again to Tobago Updates Youth Morning Show. Up next, we have vibrant artists here to promote pan-Africanism and their importance in playing a pivotal role in incorporating this music in the diaspora. We have joining us this morning Daniel Bless. He's an international recording artist based out of Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning, Daniel Bless. Welcome.
Tobago, all listeners, regional, international, blessed new day.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. It is such a pleasure to have you here this morning to talk about your new song. It's called It Is Our Duty and you are in collaboration with Black Messiah. Yeah. Can you tell us about the collaboration and what inspired this collaboration?
Okay, so the name of the song, It's Our Duty. Okay, and it was produced by Israel Records from out of Canada. Okay, the song was mixed and mastered and recorded at GOG Music Studios in Trinidad. So the whole inspiration of the song came about, well, I really wanted to get entangled within the Afrobeat music, or Afrobeat is a genre that I really love. It really puts the listener into that live, love, laugh, dance mode. So me and my manager had a discussion about it, and her response was, let me reach out to my contacts in Africa, and we were given like 4 or 5 artists to review, Messiah being one of them, and Messiah really stood out, so that's how the link really came about.
And I like how you mentioned the whole concept of Afrobeat. I know when I listen to Afrobeat, the first thing I do is tap a foot or I start snapping a finger. You see the head is bobbing. So I'm really happy that you ventured into that category, that genre of music. Next up, I want to ask you, can you tell us about what the core message of this song is and why you chose to go in this direction?
Okay, so it speaks about, the name of the song is Our Duty. And as reggae artists, as a conscious brother, as a Rastaman, so to speak, it is our duty and commitment to ensure that, the hungry be fed, the sick be nourished, the naked be clothed, the infants be cared and protected for. We are all our brother's keeper, We are seeing the music changing drastically, different genres being introduced. I mean, enough respect to the Trinidad artists and them, but we have seen the lyrics on them have changed drastically, and we are really here to bring about that balance, bring the right frequency within the music. There's also like our contribution towards the whole Pan-African movement that's happening right now within Africa. I mean, every step that Ibrahim Traore makes, it screams independence, and we are seeing a great sense of pride sweeping over the continent. So, this is also our contribution. It's a great time. It's a great moment for Africa and the Caribbean. It's also, personally, it's always been our intention to bridge the gap between Africa and Caribbean artists. So it really stands as that,
Thank you so much for sharing that, and I'm happy that you spoke about the positive message that reggae artists usually bring. It's about conscious music. I know I'm very in tune with the reggae and the conscious music as well. Sometimes you just need that positive upliftment, and reggae usually bring that, and I'm happy that you are also venturing, you are already venturing in that space and now looking to bring the unity together around the African diaspora. Now, what was it like working with Black Messiah, being from 2 completely different backgrounds?
Okay, so when I heard Black Messiah, well, as I said before, Black Messiah stood out. The concept of the song was mine. I had a chorus written already. So we spoke about doing a combination, and he was like, yeah, why not? So I sent my parts to him, and like in the next day, Black Messiah sent back his choruses, his verses, sorry. So I was like, wow. I said, yeah, this is the type of artist I really want to work with, artists with that type of work ethic, you know what I'm saying? So it was exciting. He has a great voice, talented artist, good vibes, good energy. yeah, Mother Nature, Mother Earth just say, yeah, let my sons unite and do this.
So you mentioned a little bit about the creative process. Is it that you guys were in studio together? Was it a mix of virtual calls? How did you guys go about writing and bringing this piece together?
Okay, so as I said, I had the chorus and I sent the chorus to him and he wrote his parts and he sent it back. So he recorded his parts in Ghana, sent it my way. I recorded my parts here at Gok Music Studio and we had it mixed and mastered here in Trinidad.
Okay, thank you so much. And it's important that we combine our African heritage and our African roots, especially when we're talking about pan-Africanism. You mentioned Ibrahim Toure and his goal and mission to bring together the African people and what they are doing. And I have also seen the work that he's been doing, and it's important that as African people, knowing the struggles that we have faced, being able to come together, being unified, and I'm happy that your message is bringing this together, that positivity, that great blend of everything. Is there any message that you would like to share with our young people?
Yes, I would like to tell the younger generation that wherever attention goes, energy flows. So you could be anything you want to be in life. You know, it's never too late to turn a new leaf. You know what I'm saying? So I urge the youth them to really live a positive life and reject crime and violence. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, get educated, learn about yourself. You know, about history. There's no excuse in this time and hour. You know, knowledge is at our fingertips. So you know, we got one life to live. Make the best of it. You know what I'm saying? Wherever attention goes, energy flows. So yeah.
Now I'm seeing that it is our duty being a big hit across the world. What is your plan in terms of touring and anything that comes after that? What are your future plans?
Well, you know, my future plans is just keep adding and adding more and more onto greatness, the things that I love doing and what makes me happy. I want to tour the world with music, crossing borders and frontiers, do different collabs, enter different genres. People can look out for more music between Daniel Bless and Black Messiah. Coming closer, approaching November. I should be in Ghana, hopefully. Yes, so we are looking to do a video shoot in Ghana, do some promotion heavily in Ghana, perform at some events. So it's all about being a better artist, being a better person, you know, being a better dad, a better human being, you know. Yeah.
And you mentioned that you're hoping to collab with a lot more artists. Can you mention any two right now for us?
Well, it has always been, I always wanted to do a collab with Sisla Kalanji. Sisla Kalanji is an artist I really looked up to, and he's a main mentor within my career. And Junior Kong, you know, Damian Marley, you know, those are two artists I would really, really love to collaborate with. So, yeah.
And I would be definitely listening to those songs when you do have that collaboration with them. I just want to say thank you so much for joining us this morning and sharing your positivity with us here at Tobago Updates, and by extension, the world and our youth. Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best in your endeavors. And to all our viewers, remember to share the live, share the live, share the live.
What that? Take it to them. Inspiration for the youth. We never lose the truth. Priceless education, we thrive and multiply. Much further integrate, centralize our faith. My people live together, united we create a brighter future. We envision and design. With knowledge and wisdom, our minds entwine. No limits on your bodies, we have a reach up to the sky. Empowered and united, we never say
it is our duty and desire to empower and inspire masses of the continent.
Skibidoo bang bang. Yours truly, Juby, representing for Neon, a tribal affair by Highlighter Entertainment. We are here.
Tobago. Are you ready? Highlighter Entertainments. Neon, a tribal affair. Costume sales are live. Register now at highlighterentertainment.com. This is Carnival meets culture. Rhythm meets rebellion. Neon is calling. And your moment is now. Light up the night.
I jamming on the pavement with Neon.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tapago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tapago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tapago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tapago's at your service.
With Flow Business's new smart solutions powered by super fast, reliable broadband, you'll feel like there are more versions of you working for you. From website design, development, and digital marketing to promote your business, 24/7 business class support to cloud solutions, security, and more. Multiply your growth today.
So guys, there are some new developments in housing in Tobago. So it's goat racing time. This is 116, the show that keeps you in the know with all things Tobago House of Assembly. Each week, 116 delivers a fun and engaging overview of the latest developments, achievements, activities, and events of our dynamic assembly. So join me. Let's dive into the Tobago House of Assembly's Week in Review right here on 116.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning and welcome back to Youth Wednesdays on Tobago Updates Morning Show. Again, you're viewing us here live in Portmore, Scarborough, Tobago. My name is Dwayne. For those of you just joining us and rejoining us, and this morning we're going to continue the discussion with Miss Claudette Baker, Amelia Paul, and Curdell Benjamin surrounding the Youth Scholarship Canvassing Program. This is hosted by the Tobago Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. And it's an initiative that we want to hear more about this morning. Good morning and welcome to you guys.
Thank you so
It's a
much.
pleasure to have you guys here.
We're happy
All
to
right.
be here.
All right, you're all smiles, man. You can smile. We're going to have a conversation. We're going to lime on set, right? So there's no need to be nervous. All the talking we're doing, right?
Okay.
So before I ask the young persons about why they're here, can you just give us a brief overview, Miss Benjamin, as to why you're here this morning?
Miss Baker.
Sorry, Miss Baker. Sorry, my apologies.
That's all right. Okay. So the Scholarship Canvassing Program is an initiative of the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Tobago, and it's under the directorship of Pastor Bevan Benjamin, who is the publishing director of, our
It
church.
starts to make sense now. I understand.
Right, and it's geared towards helping young people to be equipped for God and country, because we want good leaders of tomorrow, and of course our youth are definitely that. And so this program helped them to be able to know how to deal with people.
Right.
It helps them to learn money management.
Right.
It helps them to learn about being able to enjoy life and to be able to express themselves and to be able to, enjoy what God would have designed them to be.
So
Now,
more holistic development.
More holistic development, as well as, preparing them for life.
Right. So Mr. Curdell, good morning to you, sir.
Morning to you, sir.
Everything cool?
Yeah, well done.
Nice. So why are you a part of this program? And just share with the viewers what you have been doing in this program.
Well, reason why I'm a part of this program is because my mother, the Pastor Bevan came to my school, Hammond's School of Estate, to advertise the program and also have a week of prayer with us. So as they was advertising it, my mother found it interesting and I also found it interesting, and I decided why not give it a shot, and I do not regret the decision. I'm having good fun at the program. I'm not gonna say it's the easiest, but it's also not the hardest. The team leaders are very kind, hard-working people, carrying us from point A to point B with the cars, and cars not cheap nowadays. So
I love it. So how old are you, Mr. Curdell?
I am 14 years.
You're 14 years. But based on my limited understanding of this program, this is geared toward helping young people like yourself who are endeavoring to further their studies to higher education.
Yes, sir.
But you're just in third form. Why is this important to start at such an early age in your view?
In my view, starting at an early age gives you a more shot at a scholarship when you do CXC. So it's better to start early so that when you reach up there, you will not be struggle to find
finances and so on.
Yeah,
because studying ain't cheap. Right? It might be cheapest in the world here, but it ain't cheap. But that's really good. Can I ask you what are your career goals? What do you see yourself doing once you finish furthering your studies and so on? You have that down packers yet? Because if you're confused, now is the best time to be confused. Do you know what you want to be?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I want to own my own parts place business.
Oh, nice.
Because cars interest me. I have a lot of interest in cars.
Oh, yes. I could hear that, man. I could hear you just advocated for cars and how they're not cheap, right? So definitely. So, Miss Amelia Paul, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
All right. So, what school do you attend? How old are you? And what is your contribution in this program?
Okay, so My name is Amelia Paul. I'm 15 years old, and I go to the Harmon School of Seventh-day Adventists.
All right. So, how has this program? How do you become interested? Did you also become interested, similar to how your colleague did, or your mommy forced you to go because she hear you want to go to university, and she know it's not cheap, so she said, "Girl, go and do this thing quick so you could ease up my pocket."
Yes, so since we go to the same school, we had the same encounter with the program. Pastor Benjamin came to the week of prayer, and he spoke about the program while he was there. Originally, I was not supposed to be in the program. It was only supposed to be my sister. But my mother said...
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
She said, if two of us go together, we can make more money. So we went, and then when I learned that it was a fun way, a fun way where we could go around and we can sell books to people, interact with people also while trying to get God's message across.
Right, so you're killing about 3 birds with 1 stone there.
Yes, I guess.
So you're learning about customer service.
Yes.
You're spreading the gospel.
Yes.
You're earning some type of stipend. I would call it a stipend.
Yeah.
Because you can't be working.
No,
I can't. And you're being occupied and preparing yourself for future learning.
Yes.
Right? What do you see yourself being?
I want to be a lawyer.
Let me shake your hand. Come, let me shake it. Let me shake your hand. You know, the church doesn't have enough lawyers.
No, it doesn't.
Right? We need more advocates.
Yes.
Right? Especially ones that, have the Spirit of God in them. So I endorse that very well. Yes. I too want to be an attorney someday.
Okay.
You give me more encouragement where that is concerned. But Miss Benjamin, sorry, Miss Baker, I keep calling you Miss. I don't know why.
That's all right.
Thinking about Sister Benjamin from Moriah.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's all right.
Right, Sister Baker, tell us, what is the contingent size of this program, and is this the first stint of this program? Because I have been here around quite some time, probably not as long as you, but this is the first time I'm hearing about this program.
Okay, so this is the 3rd installment of this program. Yes, it is.
And they'll never call me?
Well,
sorry.
Better late than never, right? So this program initially started about 10 years ago.
Okay.
By Mrs. Cynthia Osmond. That's a name that is a household name where we talk about canvassing. As a matter of fact, I am a part of the adult version of this program, where it's a lifelong career, where we are spreading the gospel through literature. Right, so this is the 3rd installment of this program, and while we are at it, this program helps in terms of bringing back a forgotten necessity, which is reading.
Yes.
Every teacher would know a student who reads.
Right.
They articulate better.
Right.
They are able to write and understand better.
Right.
They understand about life.
Right.
Because, like I would say, I'm a lover of reading, and I would have been to many places without leaving Tobago through reading.
Right.
It also has wonderful benefits in terms of cognitive-wise. People are forgetting a lot.
Right.
And so they are not reading hard copy as they should.
Yes.
It helps to add life to your ears
Yes.
when you are a reader. So all of this is part of our program where we want to highlight through these young people the importance of reading.
Right. So before we wrap up the show, I see you guys have worked with about 3 books, a magazine and 2 books. Just quickly share with the viewers, just giving them an idea as to what you guys, canvas about, right, and offer.
Okay, so we have different variety of books that we go around. And we try to sell. There's more, but these are the 2 that we brought. We also sell magazines and stuff like that.
Right. So I'm seeing one talks about shakes. So that's about nutrition.
Yes.
What does the other one talk about behind that one? You bought 4, you too. Well,
this one is delicious recipes.
Right. And the 2 books that you highlighted, what are they about?
So they're kind of like a set.
Total health.
And
that eat based on nutritional principles, and eat well. It's easy. A diet for healthier and happier living.
Yeah.
Wow, I mean holistic development. So guys, I just want to say thank you so much for the work that you're doing. We have but a short time, but I want to give you the opportunity to give you your quick parting words. Thank you for being here.
We want to thank Tobago for supporting the children in this program. That's one. And we also want to give out a clarion call to the powers that be, that we can get into offices, because we know Tobago have a big heart, and these are investing in the youths of our space. So we are calling to the powers that be to give us permission to get into the offices, so that these young people can have a really bumper experience and a continuation of this program.
All right, guys. You heard it here first. This is Tobago Updates Youth Wednesday. Thank you, Miss Baker, for being here. Thank you, Amelia and Kudel, for being here as well.
It's a pleasure.
Continue doing the good work and putting your best, guys. This brings us to the end of Youth Wednesdays on the Tobago Updates Morning Show. We go straight over to Good Morning Tobago with Miss Chanel Felix. Thank you for being here. Remember to share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
Thank you, my dear. Should I put this on my ear? Once you see my face, you already know what time it is. It's that time where we bring you the latest coming out of the Tobago House of Assembly. Spend the next few minutes with me as I bring you up to speed. This is 116.
Six. Beautiful island.
For the first time ever, the Dodds Diving World Championships will be held in Tobago, in the village of Charlotteville. The event promises to be exciting, starting at 10 a.m. with an after party at 6 p.m. It's an event you don't want to miss. And guys, we'll bring you more of the action in our next episode of 116. The Secretary of Food Security, Natural Resources, the Environment and Sustainable Development recently participated in the 2025 SIF conference in Jamaica. The conference was aimed at promoting investment in agriculture, green innovation and digital growth. The Tobago team included Administrator Julian Skeet and other members of staff. Meanwhile, Secretary Natisha Charles Panton also represented Tobago at the 2025 International Conference on Reducing Food Loss and Waste in China, joining global leaders in the call for more resilient, efficient food systems.
In conclusion, for Trinidad and Tobago, reducing food loss and waste remains a balancing act. Therefore, it is important for those already established countries and states to foster regional collaborations with our developing islands in order to derive the success required in the Caribbean region and most certainly in Trinidad and Tobago. I thank you.
The Secretary of Health, Wellness and Social Protection, Dr. Faith Brebner, is in Bangkok, Thailand for the International Conference on Public Health 2025. Over 100 caregivers participated in a year-long training program led by the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection and the Tobago Regional Health Authority, gaining skills in CPR, nutrition, mental health support and patient care. And guess what? They all received certificates of participation in the end.
I love Tobago because of the naturalness and the calm and the tranquility. When you're in Tobago, right? It's like you immerse yourself into a panorama of exotic settings. You have the beaches, you have the green vegetation, you could go hunting, you could go swimming, and you could live a healthy life based on good principle and discipline. And you can eat healthy and live healthy. Organic food, you can plant your own stuff. This is why I love about the island.
I like Tobago because it doubles. Because Tobago is the best doubles place. And the people in Tobago is like family. Without family, it's nothing.
Majority of places I see going is beaches, skating rinks, and also river and parks.
I love Tobago, the sea, the mango, plenty fruits. And the free, you're free. You can do what you want. You can lie down in the savannah and spend the night. You can't do that in Trini. If you spend the night, you ain't gonna get no slippers. Tobago, you could sleep. You can get up normal. You can lie down on a tree comfortable. This is the place to come and be. Tobago. No other place but Tobago. You saw what we do with it? We have a whole mango tree for ourselves. You understand? Enough for everybody. So you don't know. I'm going up again.
And that's a wrap for this week's episode of 116. As always, if you've missed any of our episodes, you can catch them all on our social media platforms. I'm Patricia Nicholson-Richards, and we'll catch up in our next episode.
One, 6. Beautiful island.
Good morning and welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. I am your host Chanel Felix, and you know, whenever you see me sitting here, it's because we're about to have those conversations that you want to have, but I ask those questions that you want asked. But before we get into this morning's interesting topics, just letting you know, this morning we have an extremely special guest in studio with me this morning. I have the recently appointed secretary for the Division of Community Development, Youth Development and Sport this morning. I have the privilege of chatting with Assemblyman Wayne Clark. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning Tobago, good morning Trinidad, good morning to the worldwide listening audience.
Right. No, as I said in my introduction, it's a pleasure to have you, newly appointed secretary, sitting in studio with me this morning. And it's a lot to talk about. It's a lot to chat about. But for you, tell us a bit about that appointment. Did it come as a surprise to you? Especially seeing that your secretary has now, your previous secretary has gone on to being the representative for Tobago West. Did it come as a surprise that you were asked to take up the position? Were you expecting it? And, how did you feel when receiving the notification or the information that you would be sitting in that post?
Well, first of all, I must say, it was a good feeling knowing that your leader look upon you with that amount of confidence. But In terms of surprise, no. We were elected to serve, and whatever capacity you are asked to serve in, I think it should be a joy.
Excellent. And, you know, that leap from assistant secretary to secretary, is it a big one or is it a smooth transition as you're already familiar with the workings of stuff?
So there's a mixture because, you know, being the passenger in a car is different from being the driver. It's the same car.
Right.
But, you know, it's a little different because you might want to see things done a little different, you know, aspiring to the same result, but you might have a different approach. You know, you give two men the same ingredients to cook and it will taste different. So, you know, sort of like that.
Understood. And, you know, for you, you know, you indicated that the agenda is the same, the goal is the same, but have you been able to bring about any of your ideas that you've had that you wanted to see come to light while you are now in this position, or do you think you have the time necessary to do those things?
Well, the time would always be the time. You have to do the best you can with the time that you have and try to make that impression that, you know, more in the positive. I think that, yes, there are things I would like to see done different. There are things that we already start doing a little different. Basically, you know, I think that the main problem in Tobago, one of our main problems is that our output on a daily basis. I'm talking about our workers, the attitude to work, what you deliver on a daily basis. You know, those are things I would like to see some adjustment made. And don't get me wrong, they are very, very hardworking and dedicated public officers. And just like how they are hardworking and dedicated public officers, sometimes it goes the opposite way. So it's never all. It's never 100%. But, you know, sometimes, I mean, frankly speaking, sometimes I think it's more the positive part at times we find ourselves. It's more in the minority.
Right. And, you know, tell us about some of your priorities as secretary right now for the division.
Okay, so there are a lot of things that we are trying to work on, some that, you know, we are just continuing what was previously started. I must commend Secretary Sampson, you know, for the job he did, also Secretary Baines before. And this is just a continuation, hoping to get more done, I guess in less time, you know, but let's look at our training programs. We do have a lot of skills training program. And I was of the opinion that I don't think it's the best for the people that you train to train somebody. And after that training, the certificate you give them, you can't even employ them with it. So that's one of the main things that we are in the process of changing now. That come September, when most of these vocational classes will be complete, some will be still going, but upon graduation, they will have a NESC certificate, something that makes them employable. And I think that is a big step forward because, to me, it just makes sense.
Understood. And I totally agree. So this means that a lot of the technical programs that are being done, like plumbing and...
That's correct. Plumbing, electrical. You know, we have about 5 of them that we're going to have the proper certification from, and we're going to add on it as we go on. We're just in the final process of doing the signing off for that. So those that just mentioned will be certified that way by NESC at the end of their tenure.
Right. Talk to us a little bit about the relationship between you and the staff now in your capacity as a secretary. You know, has that changed? Is it the same? You know, is it easy or difficult working together with the administrative staff at the division? How has that been for you?
Well, it's a work in progress, and I don't ever see anything as, you know, sometimes things get a little challenging. Sometimes people just don't understand each other. It proves that, you know, it proves to be a challenge on its own. But I see myself as somebody that's going to try to work around or work through any problem that we have to have a smooth process going. The staff, most of the staff has been very appreciative of the fact that, you know, we are working together and we are getting things done. As I said, nothing is 100%. So there are still some of the staff that, left a lot to be desired, but most of the staff are on board, and, I think that we could have good things coming out of the division.
Excellent. And, in collaboration with your assistant secretary, what are some of the goals that you guys want to achieve possibly before the end of the year?
Well, it's not like we are separated. The same things that I aspire to, we work together to just have things done. Sometimes you look at a car, you don't see the engine, but that drives the car, and
Right.
I must commend my assistant secretary because she's right there putting in, doing the work, and, I'm happy that we could look forward to moving together to get things done.
Right. And is she responsible for a particular area? I know previously you had overseen most of the sport programs under the division. Is she in charge of a particular area?
Well, that in itself has its challenges. When I say that, I want you to understand, make clear that I say we work together. She has more input over at the youth department with a lot of the youth programs and all that, but she comes to my aid at times, I go to her aid. We work together.
Right.
We have a big task ahead of us, and working together we will achieve. It's not I gonna leave her here or she gonna leave me there to work. We work together, and that's exactly how I see it and how I want it to be.
Right. Even in your capacity as assistant secretary, you would have seen certain things happening, and you would have wanted possibly to change how the relationship between the secretary and the assistant secretary works, or the input or the level of involvement of the assistant secretary. Have you now taken that into consideration with the relationship with you and this new assistant secretary?
Yes, clearly. I guess only a fool would be in this position today, elevate tomorrow, and turn around and treat it different. The same things that you would have aspired to and you would have wanted to see happen when you were there is the same thing that you should aspire to making happen for the person that is now there. So, it's a smooth transition. It's one that respect is mutual, and most importantly, the communication.
Right. And so does that mean that you make it a priority to ensure that the assistant secretaries are abreast with everything that's happening at the division?
Well, I make it a priority for every step I make. The assistant secretary make it with me.
Right.
That's what I look forward to. That's what I will achieve in this short tenure.
Excellent. And tell us a bit about what's happening in the district as well, in your district. Is it that we can see you possibly putting forward your hat again for another term as we approach the THA elections? And what are some of your plans within your district?
Well, it's always possible. You never close the door to anything. I mean, I don't hope to grow too old in politics.
Right.
I came in with about 20 gray hair. Now I have 20 black hair.
Right.
So I don't intend to make it a whole long thing. I think what is important is that the time we have in the politics, in the public life, is that you make a footprint that will last, and not something that you put a full stop on at the end of your tenure, but something that could be continued and build upon. So as for the THA election, yes, I given it some consideration. I will consider running again, but the decision is not my own. The final decision is not my own. But always, if called upon to serve, I will. But there's also a cutoff time in life with certain things that, there are other aspects of life that you got to enjoy.
Understood. And, even as it pertains to sport development, there are certain things that I'm guessing you still want to see happen, as that has been an area that you've expressed to be passionate about. Do you think that you have the capacity to do those things as you sit as secretary now?
Well, clearly so. I never take up a battle that I don't think I'm capable of winning.
Right.
And it's a work in progress, but some of our main challenges in the sporting arena. I mean, there are many. First of all, I think we got to have, as much as you want to develop the people that actually play the sport. Sometimes in Tobago, I think we are guilty of placing all the emphasis on the players, forgetting that administratively, that's a big part to play. You know, coach education, the facilities that you use on a daily basis. And I must stop here and place some attention on the facilities that we have basically at this time. They are not at the best. We are working round the clock to make things better, but it's not where I want it to be. And I will explain. We have workers on all these facilities. And it's a shame at times to see the condition of the facilities. You know, sometimes, and growing up, you hear they use a phrase that tells you, this can work, but you ain't gonna pay. In our present day situation, it's paying, but it's not working.
Wow.
And we have to change that. We have to change the attitude. Sometimes if you go by one of the facilities at 9 o'clock in the morning, there's nobody there and there's work to be done. Each and every person gets paid from 7 to 4. The same way, somebody will come to you to complain if their pay is not right. Then we got to be the ones to complain now that the work is not right. So we have to we have to have some synergy here that we could get the work done just as how we get you your pay.
Understood. And that has a lot to do with leadership. How does one approach the leadership of these particular subset of workers to ensure that they are effective in the carrying out of their duties? You have supervisors that should be on these plants, and they're supposed to be responsible for ensuring that the employees are there on time and functioning as they are being paid to function.
Well, I think you use the magic word, they're supposed to. There are a lot of things in the Tobago space that's supposed to be one way, but it's just not. And you just have to deal with it how it is from here on in to try to get it right, to try to correct it. You know, I think one of the things over the years is that we have not been holding people responsible for their duties. And that's where it all falls down. Correct. So that's one of the things that we're going to be placing a lot of emphasis on. You came, you asked for the job, you were given the job. Now we are telling you we need you to do the job.
Correct. Even as it pertains to persons getting these jobs, you still have a number of young persons saying, I'm looking for a job. I want a job. We need work. You know, unemployment is still a big issue on the island. How does one strike the balance between persons who are given the jobs not functioning in their capacity, and then you have young persons begging for opportunities to work? How do we find a middle ground? How do we employ people who really want to work? And is it that persons come in wanting to work and then fall into a culture of inefficiency?
That's a big question. I think that there are some things you never know until it happens. Someone comes to you with a job, they would always, for a job, they would always come sincere. They would always tell you that, you know, given the opportunity, I will, you know, do the best, but it's not always the case. You know, this is something that has been developing in the Tobago space for a while. And I think it wasn't attended to. You know, sometimes the old people say you nip it in the bud. That has never happened. So it gives you a bigger problem to deal with now from where we sit. And we just have to start holding people responsible for what they are mandated to do. As for the young people wanting jobs, I don't think there's any society in the world that you wouldn't have that cry. You know, people would always say they need a job, they need this. The reality is that no government could employ everybody. There's no government that will be able to employ everyone that wants a job. People just have to look elsewhere at times. And this is where the private sector comes in. Now you have a situation where people actually stop asking you for a job. They ask you for an early morning job. Let us be real. There's no society, no economy that could be sustained on that.
Right.
And I ask you ask me for a job. First question you will ask when you get that job is how much you're paying. but they leave out a part. How much you paying for the day? I wonder if you understand me. How much you paying for the day? How much hours did we speaking about here? Everybody wants the money, but not everybody is interested in doing the time. And that's one of the things that we got to clamp down on. That's one of the things that we got to make it clear with people coming into the job. This is the job. This is the nature of the job. This is the hours of the job. And you hold them responsible for that. If anything goes different than the arrangement you had up front, then it's up to you in management to take action.
Understood. Well, we're going to take a quick break right here and we'll be back right after this. See you soon.
A brand new dawning as the passion start to rise, the energy fill the skies. I say thanks for favor. I beat and roll, all day we beat and roll, all day I beat and roll, all day we beat and roll. When the spirit it, I beat and roll, spirit it, I beat and roll. When the spirit it, I beat and roll. What to do? Let me see how stick you could get, see how stick you could get. Let me see how stick you could, see how stick you could, see how stick you could get. Let me see how stick you could get, see how stick you could get. Let me see how stick you could, see how stick you could, see how stick you could get. Wet me down, 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 wet me down. Right now I overeating. Wet me down, 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 wet me down. Right now I over.
Hello, New York. Are you ready to celebrate the essence of Crusoe land and the culture of Tobago? Well, get ready for Tobago Day in New York City, hosted by the Tobago Empowerment and Alliance Mission, Sunday, August 17th, 2025, Nazareth High School Courtyard, 475 East 57th Street, Brooklyn, New York, 12 noon to 8 p.m. We bring the Tobago vibes to the Big Apple. Live music, Tobago food, cultural performances, and family fun. So bring Tanty, Granny, the uncle, invite the whole neighborhood. Just bring everybody and bring your significant other too. Come celebrate Tobago Day in New York City, Sunday, August 17th, Nazareth High School Courtyard. But hey, I forget to tell all you, it's we 10th anniversary celebration. For more information, call 929-327-7857 or check Team's Facebook and Instagram pages, Team Tobago Day.
With Flow Business's new smart solutions, powered by super fast, reliable broadband, you'll feel like there are more versions of you working for you. From website design, development, and digital marketing to promote your business, 24/7 business class support to cloud solutions, security, and more. Multiply your growth today.
Skibidi bang bang. Yours truly be representing for Neon, a tribal affair by Highlighter Entertainment. We are here.
Tobago, are you ready? Highlighter Entertainment's Neon, a Tribal Affair. Costume sales are live. Register now at highlighterentertainment.com. This is Carnival meets culture. Rhythm meets rebellion. Neon is calling. And your moment is now. Light up the night.
I jamming on the pavement with Neon.
Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. Now, I have been chatting here in studio with Assemblyman Wade Clark, and we have been chatting a lot about what's happening in his division, in his district, and his willingness to put himself forward for the next THA election. Tell us a bit about how you perceive the response from the general public when you were announced to be secretary. You had a lot of persons being extremely supportive and happy that you were given, the mandate to run the division, and then you had other persons questioning whether you had the experience or the academic prowess to function in that role. Tell us about, how you viewed some of those mixed responses.
Well, like anything else, you take it and move on. You know, you cannot change the way how somebody think about you at times, but, you know, judge me after it's said and done. You know, sometimes you get victory where you least expect it. You know what I mean? And people would always be people. You have to understand that sometimes people will probably hate you for no reason. And there would always be, everybody would never like you, and everybody would never hate you. For your own sanity, you might want to believe that, you know, there is more that like me than hate me. That's why I'm here. But as for people doubting your ability to do the job and all that, you cannot get away from that. Look at the world we're living in now. It's all messed up at times and corrupt. It wasn't corrupt by people who have no qualification and all that. You know what I mean? That's one way of looking at it. People always, you know, let's say you had a hard upbringing as a child. You might have run about with some tear clothes and all that. And don't care how you elevate in life. Some people, to comfort their own failure, that's how they choose to see you.
Right.
And it's just something you got to understand and accept. Don't let it keep you back. Don't let it get you down. Just continue to strive for the excellence that will be of benefit to the people.
In this capacity, what will success look like for you?
Success, to me, is, you know, sort of fulfilling the mandate to an extent, and being able to be comfortable with what you achieve. Always keep trying to strive for better. Try to be a little better today than yesterday. You know, it's small steps. And by and large, once we could see a difference in Tobago at the end of the tenure, once we could see something, even though it's one little thing, it's one more than was there. So in my mind, I look at success with very small steps. And, you know, it's just one day at a time, one step at a time, one achievement at a time. So, you know, for me, just being able to, on a personal note, just being here is part of a success story. I had to transcend that now to the broader Tobago.
Right. Talk to us a bit about the sporting facilities on the island and giving those sport clubs and those young athletes the type of resources that they need to compete globally.
Now let us be clear one time. You will never be able to give everybody the resources they need. We just don't have what it takes in terms of finance. Sometimes, against your best wishes, you have to have cash to care. Sometimes the cash is not always there. We try to support as much as we can, but some of the sporting organizations have to wake up to the fact that it's not just I want to play golf or I want to play tennis or cricket and the THA should stand the expenses. In developing children, you have to show them that, you know, you got to teach them independence, not dependency. And some of our sporting organizations are suffering from that. Before something comes up, an expense comes up, who gonna give us? I grew up in sports clubs, Lambo United Sports Club to be precise. And the first time we traveled, we went to St. Vincent in 1982. There was no THA to ask for no money. We had to raise funds and make that trip possible. In doing that, it made me a better person. It helped shape my life into what I am today. Sadly, some of the organizations now choose to believe that every single thing they want, they should turn to the THA. How can you help people, right? How can you develop children by trying to look at one side of their development and that part where they should be independent, because those children that you're developing, you're not developing them to stay in Tobago. You go out there, you go to America, something ain't working right. Can you run to the government and ask them for everything? You got to teach people to be independent as we go along the way. That's part of their development, and that's part of it that we are not doing good on this island. And it's something that I hope to reach out to the different organizations, have dialogue so we could find common ground on some of these things.
Right. And then there are the common basic things, which means, in that vein, I'm talking about having facilities that are up to the standard needed for adequate training in different sporting arenas. On the THA side, I know when you came into office, there was a proposition on the cards for an indoor sporting facility in the Cutler Hall Baccalaureate area from the previous administration that was halted. Now, with this administration, as it pertains to world-class sporting facilities, what are the plans for that?
Let me address the Baccalaureate scenario. It was halted because what was being constructed is not what was decided on. I want to make that absolutely clear to the public. We had a situation where the drawing was saying one thing and what was being constructed was another thing. And all we asked the contractor at the time, which was, Udicott was managing, this is not what was agreed on. And they rise up and said, we're not doing any again. It's as simple as that. That is what happened. Right? We have plans actually on the way right now to do over some of the drawings to have it, because one of the things you cannot be looking at developing for international standard, but what you're developing is not there. Right? It wasn't adequate for what we wanted to do. We reached out to a lot of the regional sporting bodies, the national sporting bodies, and when they look at what was being constructed there, they all agree that this wasn't going to be, useful to us to get to that international place where you could host international tournaments and all that. Look at the beach facility that we constructed in Black Rock. We did it with the input of a lot of the different organizations that was going to be making use of the facility. And thus far, there's no complaints or shortcomings where Black Rock is concerned in terms of the use of it, if it's, up to reach a standard. Because there's a lot of international, regional competition that was held there since its inception. We are about to embark on the phase 2 of that, where we're going to light it. We're going to insert more restrooms and all that. So that is a work in progress. What you're seeing there is actually like the phase 1. There are some other facilities that work is ongoing on now. We are going across the island looking at the courts, trying to reduce some of the courts. We recently recommissioned 4 of these courts. That's Bethel, Wim, Speyside, and Cutler Hall. Those are completed. We are looking to go out with another set now, right? You will always have challenges as you go along. The onus is on you to strike a balance by communicating with the various communities to see what fits for them. What is the best fit for them? The Shaw Park Hard Courts is undergoing a massive renovation now. We are also have works going on at the Louisdor Recreation Ground where that has been lighted, should be ready by next month. Also along with Shaw Park, should be ready by next month. We are just taking it, a handful at a time. We have works going on in Plymouth. We have works going on in Speyside on the recreation ground. And I just want to say something about those recreation grounds. It's all well and good for everybody to say the ground need lights and the ground need lights, and we have a huge bill when you check it up annually for the lights. And it's really heartbreaking at times when you pass by some of these facilities. Nobody is there but the light is on. The public, as much as you want to provide them with the facilities, they got to step up and be responsible. We cannot be behind you every day to tell you, put the lights on now, turn the lights off now. Responsibility has to step in somewhere. And you look at the courts. You pass by courts in the night, the light is on. You pass by the recreation ground, the light is on. We have to do better as a people in being responsible, because if you have to exhaust all the money you have paying the light bill, what would you have to continue the upgrades?
Right, and this is where the collaboration with the village councils come in to ensure that they can take some of the responsibility for ensuring that the lights come off at a particular time, because they will have persons who are close by in the vicinity of those courts who they can give the individual responsibility to say, okay, well, you know, this is your responsibility to ensure that the lights come off if no one is using the facilities.
Okay, it's good sounding as you say it, but the reality is that we don't have these councils function in the way that they should in many instances to have that kind of collaboration, right? In a lot of the instances, you're more related to the sporting clubs in the area, and you try to have that kind of understanding with them. Sometimes we try in the past installing timers on the ground.
Right.
So the light comes on at 6, it comes off at 10. People tamper with these things to have it on longer when in essence all you need to do, if you have activities till 11, you just come to the division. We will light the lights on a little longer, so we will set the timer a little longer. People don't do that. They do all kind of funny things, which in turn just send up the maintenance bill to keep the lights on. And this is why I'm saying that we need a level of responsibility from the public. It's okay to give you a facility, but you got to be responsible and help me to manage it, because I cannot be there 24 hours a day.
Understood. Well, we're going to take a quick break right here, and we'll be back with much more conversation right after this. So see you soon.
Skibidi bang bang, yours truly Juby representing for Neon, a tribal affair by Highlighter Entertainment. We are here.
Tobago, are you ready? Highlighter Entertainment's Neon, a tribal affair. Costume sales are live. Register now at highlighterentertainment.com. This is Carnival meets culture. Rhythm meets rebellion. Neon is calling. And your moment is now. Light up the night.
I jamming on the pavement with Neon.
Hair goals, we've got them. At S&R Hair Fantasy, we provide a wide variety of quality hair, the latest hair accessories, adult toys, skin lightening products, female underwear, and much more under one roof. Check us out on Shelbourne Street in Plymouth or call us at 317-0808. We're open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. S&R Hair Fantasy for queens who know exactly what they want.
Are you in a dispute with a registered investment service provider of the TTSEC? Or maybe you're the victim of an investment scam? You can lodge a complaint or submit an anonymous tip to the Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission. Download our Investor Protection app or go to ttsec.org.tt to access our complaint form or submit an anonymous tip. Write a clear summary of your complaint. Submit copies of supporting documents along with the originals for verification. Provide a copy of the feedback received from the entity regarding your complaint. All investor complaints or scam reports submitted by the public are acknowledged and reviewed by the TTSEC. Investigations are pursued based on the outcome of the review. Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission, protecting the interests of investors and the public. You invest, we protect. Everyone benefits.
new morning, rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy fill the skies. I say thanks for favor.
Good morning and welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. I have been chatting with Assemblyman Wayne Clark. And, you know, even as we round up our discussion this morning, you have been doing some work in your district. Tell us about that.
Okay. We since been voted into office, and you would have seen that it made a little wrongs in a negative way on Facebook recently. I went out, one of the first things I did since being voted into office was to have a volunteer group. You reach out to the residents and those who were interested, you came forward, and we had a volunteer group, and we go to different villages, because there are quite a little number of villages that make up my constituency. Some are small piece, some are big piece, but you know, it's over 6 different little villages. And we do different sanitation duties every Sunday morning. That has been going on for my entire stint as the area representative. We go clean the streets that the government gangs might not be cleaning, the drains, whatever it is. Because my district, when you leave Lambo, you go to Lowlands, you go to Canaan, it's always drainage problems, you know, flooding problems when it rains because of drainage. So we are out there always doing that every Sunday morning. We ask people to come out to volunteer their time, and I intend to keep that going and to have it to grow into something else. When I say something else, it's like we were able to raise funds. Notice I said raise funds. We didn't go to the THA and ask for anything. We raised funds and we bought several brush cutters. What we doing now, we had, you know, we sit down, we have discussions. So what we're doing now is that the people that come to be a part of this cleanup, you offer them back these things so that they could make a living for themselves in the process. You know, after a period of time, you give them the piece of tool, we repurchase, we give them, you're actually trying to help them to be independent in their own little way.
Understood. And even as it pertains to, you know, some of the youths in the area and getting some of the young guys off of the streets, are there any plans to work with them to get them more engaged in some of the community activities?
Well, we trying, you know, I always try reaching out to the young ones. You know, sometimes they might not be going the right direction. They might not be doing the right thing. You keep, you know, conversing with them. I offer, in many instances, to have them sent by private institutions where they can learn a skill. You know, some stay, some stay, but it's a work in progress. You keep doing it, just keep on at it, because they're not gonna come off the street sometimes if you don't give them an alternative, or if they don't see it fit to get off the street. You know, so I gonna keep working, keep conversing with them, trying to get them into these various little programs, because as I tell them all the time, that if you have a skill, you always have the capacity to have money in your hand. The same money that you might be there looking for in a different way. If you have a skill, the possibility is always endless where that is concerned. In the Lambo area, we are presently now doing some upgrades to the William Mackenzie Park. That's just overlooking the Claude Noel Highway there. We're doing some upgrades there. We are inserting toilet facilities. We're gonna put back some play park equipments there, some swings, some slides, and sort of have it, you know, promoted, because people used to go to that place to take pictures for their weddings and all these things. So the general mindset, the division from an area representative perspective, along with the village council, the sporting organization in the village, the church groups, is to have the toilets. The credit union would have committed to doing the gazebo, and we're gonna have little concession booths there. It's a working phase, right? So we could actually help some of the villages, the youth groups, the village council, the sporting groups in the village to actually have a generator income, right? Because if we if we develop it and there is traffic there, the possibilities for income is always there. In lowlands, just behind the community center, we have started, it stopped, we are looking to restart because the availability of machinery to have a little recreation ground established to the back of the community center. It's not a big piece of land, but we're going to use what is there to the best of, you know, the ability it could be used for. Those are two of the main things that I'm doing in the community, in the district at this time. And both those things will be ready because a lot of these things, the division is sort of like partnering with the community.
Right.
Because the community people come and give their input, come and help. You know, so those two projects we hope to have ready by September month end, early October. Right? Strange enough, a lot of people come to me with seeing the works that started on the William Mackenzie Park and asking about if we're going to change the name. And I was like, why? It's not about the name. William Mackenzie probably did more for Lambo than any other person ever will. So not because he was of a different political persuasion, we have to grow over that. William Mackenzie, in my mind, was one of the greater people to come through the system, not only for Lambo, but for Tobago. And if he could be mentioned in the great ones, he wasn't academically qualified. So do you need academics to be great? No, the good book said, he that is greatest among you shall be a servant. So anyone can be great because anyone can serve. So that park will continue to be named the William Mackenzie Park. I don't have the petty politics to step in the way to change it because he was of a different political persuasion. That was a great man who did great things for the community, and his name should live on.
Excellent. Well, we want to thank you so much for your time this morning. Is there anything that you weren't able to mention that you want to state before we close this morning?
Yes, in closing, I just want to mention that for this year, I think we will have the most sporting events regionally and some internationally on the island of Tobago. Just over the weekend gone, you would have seen the impact the Dutch diving had on Tobago, the crowds that came out, and that's something that has enormous potential. You know, it's going to be here for the next 3 years. It's the first time it was held outside of Norway, which is where it originated. That was something that we put together in collaboration with the Dutch diving people when we went out to England at the Teams conference last year. We also had the youth cricket tournament, which just concluded last month in the Tobago space. We also had several regional competitions on the beach sport facility. We are also going to kick off the Chief Secretary T10 Blast this Friday at the Speyside Recreation Ground, which will have a lot of the national and regional players in the fold. As soon as that is concluded, we go to the Carifta Triathlon, where we are going to host 13 countries coming for that Carifta Triathlon. You know, they ride, swim, walk.
Right, yes, that's right.
So there are a lot of things that are happening in the sporting arena in Tobago. I think we need to do a little better job of getting it out there. Right? So that's a work in progress. That's something we are working on. But lastly, I want to mention that the sporting facilities, at times there are little conflicts with it in terms of the use. More than one person requesting usage of it, and sometimes they have little hiccups in the booking of these facilities. We are moving now to that you could go online and book the facility. We should have that ready in the next month or two. So when you go online, you want to use Shore Park, you will automatically see that, okay, Shore Park is already occupied the 10th and the 11th, so the day that available is the 12th. So we want to get to that place. We want to make it easier. We want to move away from somebody having to come to Glen Road to make a booking. You could just click online and see what's going on. So that's something that we're working on. That's a service that we hope to bring to the public. And we're asking the public to, when it have these sporting activities, these events, you know, their support is always needed. It always makes a better show. And I want to stop here to commend the volunteers. We have some volunteers in the Tobago space that has been doing a marvelous job. Those are the people at times go unnoticed. It's easy not to notice them because you focus on what's happening. They make it happen many times, and I want to commend them. I want to tell them that, you know, just keep on doing what you're doing. We see you, we will recognize you. So, all in all, I think there's a bright future for Tobago in the sporting arena. We got to work together to develop the communities, you know, under the Community Development Initiative. We will do a lot of the centers. We still having some that works have been ongoing. But all in all, I think the outlook for Tobago is bright.
Excellent. Well, I want to thank you again for being here this morning and representing your district and the division. And I want to thank you, the viewing audience, for engaging with us this morning. Thank you for your likes, your shares, and all of your comments and all that you have been doing and continue to do to make Tobago Updates the #1 broadcaster here on the island of Tobago. Again, I am Chanel Felix, and have a great day.
The energy fill the skies. I say thanks for favor. So wake up and hear me neighbor. 60,000 people strong.